Okay, let's be real. I'd been in a pretty safe comfort zone for a long time and quickly found myself ejected right out of it, and it hasn't been the same since. In fact, I've been really uncomfortable for a little over 2 years now. Want to see what I've been up to? First, the job shift. So I'd been doing the same thing for work for a really long time, and my learning curve had gone flat. Long story short, I ended up leaving my job and started doing freelance work so I could have more wiggle room to figure out what's next. So, freelance is scary. The income is irregular, and I found myself constantly worried about bills and working 24/7. That is not comfortable. So, then out of the blue, I found myself in this great relationship. There was one little thing though. I lived in Arizona, and he lived in Colorado. We did the long distance thing for a while, but then we agreed that I should move to Colorado. Up until then, I'd only lived in Arizona my whole life. So I have a condo in Arizona and I wanted to keep it and rent it out, but I had no idea how that worked or how to even begin. It was so incredibly stressful. I finally got it figured out though, got a tenant, and got on the road with my dogs to Colorado. Colorado was so great when I got there, but I didn't know anyone and I had to figure out how to get around, and I missed my family and friends horribly. Oh, and I had no idea how bad the traffic sucks. After a while, I was getting pretty lonely, missing my girlfriends and my family. And I figured since I love trail running, maybe I should get brave and check out some of the running groups in the area. Hopefully, I could meet some new people. It was super intimidating to me because, in my mind, everyone in Colorado is a super badass athlete. But honestly, it didn't take long to meet some really great new friends. I was still doing freelance and still figuring out what was next for me in my career, and I ended up getting this great freelance job with Vail Resorts. I was doing projects for their talent development team and I loved it. I realized this was something I wanted to explore further and learned that the guy I was working for there had gone back to school to be an instructional designer. What is that? I thought. I investigated instructional design further and literally heard bells and whistles going off inside of my brain. I finally found something I was interested in doing and adding to my skill sets. So I started looking at grad school, and mind you, I never thought I would go back to school. I applied and got into CU Denver, and let's not forget, the last time I was in school was in the early 90s, and online classes weren't even a thing yet, so I was super nervous about that. But so glad I did it. I've learned so much about theories and models and e learning and new technologies and software. The list goes on, and I've met some really great people along the way. Along with working and schooling and trying to network really hard for the last 2 years, I also applied to and was awarded a 9-week position as an instructional design intern at Charles Schwab in their intern academy. I'm actually in the middle of that now, and I was feeling so nervous about going there because I knew I'd be significantly older than the rest of the interns. It hasn't been an issue though, and I'm finding that I'm really enjoying getting to know and having conversations with the others who are mostly of the Gen Z and millennial generations. Also, the work I'm exposed to at Schwab has been invaluable and a huge learning experience all the way around. My final semester of grad school starts soon, and I'm excited but mostly really nervous about what the future holds next. Will I be able to find a job that I'll enjoy? How long will that take? Will it pay enough to cover my bills and the dreaded student debt that I've racked up? This weighs on my mind and keeps me up at night. So, what's next? I have no idea. But I'm so far out from that comfort zone I was in just a few years ago, I can't even see it anymore, and that's pretty cool. If you have the opportunity to step outside of yours a little here and there, I highly recommend you do. It's so scary, but usually worth it.